Fitting your traveler would send you to face me once more. Look upon me. Dominus of the Red Legion. Annihilator of suns. Raiser of 1,000 worlds. Slayer of gods and conqueror of the light. I am God! And I have become legend.
What's going on, everybody? It's T Reaper and I'm back with another video. Well, as you just saw from my nice little intro, now I am legend. And I'm here to tell you what I personally now think of Destiny 2. Well, I gotta say that coming back out of, vacation time, because I actually haven't had a game to beat for quite a while. Last one was Injustice 2, if you guys all remember, and I creamed everybody reaching the end to this. Now, what I will say is I was met with a roadblock that I actually had to finish the story with a friend of mine, so unfortunately I was not the one first to beat the story. But on hindsight, by the time I was done doing my wonderful, boosting to level 20 and beating the story, I was actually the first one with the most hours played. Now, I was actually quite depressed to learn that the PvP section did not follow what the beta had in store. So remember when I said when I did the beta review that if it stuck to the beta's formula, I would be happy? Well, it did not. It went right back to on Destiny 1's formula, which makes it incredibly unbalanced and really annoying to play. So I don't know if I'm going to be sticking to Crucible so much, but the PvE concept of it is actually quite fun, and the story is thrilling as hell. For the sake of non-spoilers, I won't tell you exactly, the full plotline, but I will say that if you guys played Destiny 1, you guys will be very impressed with how Bungie actually reversed what they did wrong in the first one. This campaign was a decent 8 hours for me once I had actually capped myself, and it was actually quite cinematic full, and it was very enjoyable. Full of the fun characters that they teased in the reveal, and the grinding aspect was dialed up to 11. So this thing was legitly annoying as hell to boost. It took 12 hours just to cap my character, and then by the time I capped my character, I didn't even get the achievement right away. It took a day for that achievement to pop up, so I was kind of pissed. But now what I'm doing is I'm working on my Warlock to boost that for that achievement, and then I'm going to do my Hunter's class to get that subclass achievement, and then I will revert back to my default, which is my Titan, and I will try to get that Nightfall and Raid ready by next week. But in hindsight, I am relatively pleased with what Bungie did. There were some quirks in it that I didn't like. There's a ton of glitches that I noticed throughout my 20-hour span, and I actually did this legitly from the moment it was released and installed all the way up to yesterday afternoon. So by Wednesday of around 9 o'clock is when we actually finished the story. So overall, it was a really fun actual grind, and I'm sure that my friends list is going to overtake me in time and power level like they did in Destiny 1. But what I did like about this game, I'll share, and it's not really spoilish. It does take you on a thrill, as you saw in the beginning of this video, through your previous achievements. Now, I was a Destiny 1 fan up to Taken King, and then once Taken King came out, I stopped giving a shit. I think in 2015 I actually had Halo to enjoy, so I stopped grinding after Taken King. So after Taken King, that was the last thing I did. But I was on the Destiny 1 train for almost about a year actually. But overall, I think Bungie did a great job of reversing the bullshit that they gave us in Destiny 1, and Destiny 2 is definitely a, you know, good successor to that screw up of a game that it was. And then the fun part about this concept is that it is supposedly in Destiny 1, all main events that you come to enjoy in the Destiny 1 game, they will no longer be there in about 1 month from now. They will all be gone. You'll still be able to play the game itself, but you won't have any purpose in it. You have to go to Destiny 2 servers to actually enjoy the raids, the strikes, so on and so forth. And if you go to Bungie.net, you can actually see that. So I think it's kind of a decent way of getting people to move forward, and I wish Microsoft would have the balls to do this to the 360 servers, because if they had the balls to do this to the 360 servers, my lord, so many people would hurry up and evolve. But unfortunately, it sounds like Bungie has more balls than Microsoft, but I'll just leave it at that. But I do agree with this decision that Bungie is doing with the first game's activity, make all the activities now primarily on the second game, so people have an urge to try out the second game. It makes the most sense. I really liked the villain in this, the Cabal. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Bane and Darth Vader. And the story, and I'm sure some people have actually already said this, is it feels a little bit Halo 2-ish to me, and it looks beautiful. Like, the scenery is gorgeous. Like, that is like the positives that I took away from it. But overall, if you guys are looking for something to play between September and October, because in October we got Shadow of War, we got Assassin's Creed, and we got Wolfenstein, I definitely suggest you pick this up. And would you actually need the first game to understand this? I mean, the backstory helps, but you don't necessarily have to understand the story. The story tells itself in such a way that you don't need the first game to understand it. But it does help if you've played the first game before, so you actually know what they're referring to as far as the Traveler, as far as the the characters that you come across with and stuff like that. It's a fun backstory and everything. But overall, I enjoyed actually doing grinding this game, and I'm going to continue playing this through the month of this month. And then, of course, when October hits, it's on to Shadow of War, Assassin's Creed, and Wolfenstein. But that will do it for me. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you find what I said interesting, or if you like the gameplay, please leave a like, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day.